I'm going to hit record here, could kind of sit, and even though you've cleaned off the face or whatever, like maybe there was just some kind of residual oils or something that sits. So sometimes it's going to be from that. If a person's skin was particularly dry, there are also going to be instances where where there's going to be some frosting, okay? But as a general matter, I mean, I guess the answer to the question is that you shouldn't be alarmed by it or anything like that. Very dry skin, very damaged skin, um, or again, or skin where there's residual oils or bacteria that's left, that's basically where you're going to see frosting. I did a peel for my wife one time, and we had extracted some pimples that she had, and then I put on the peel right away. And where I extracted the pimple, there was frosting over there, right? So, but not anywhere else, just on that spot where that particular pimple was. So, again, so those types of things, like, it's nothing to be alarmed about. And it's not like a sign that there's something wrong necessarily or whatever. It's typically just a symptom of, again, very dry, very damaged, or residual oils or bacteria that's interacting with the peel at that moment. Um, yeah, you're saying it happened after the dermaplaning, and again, it's possible there that that this is going to be why, is that it may have opened up something where there was some pus or there was some bacteria just under the skin there, and cause it maybe to have some
Got it back in. Okay, I'm gonna go listen. I'm gonna go do this on myself right now because I got.
Oh, sorry. Um, what you should do if the skin frost, remove the peel or wait. Again, I've just left it. No reason to remove it specifically, and just kind of leave it for the time, wash it off, when the time is expired, and move on. So there isn't anything that says, oh, you must take it off if you see that. It's really not that big of an issue. Um, Skin prep. So I just had a question here from Zoot to kind of just go over the skin prep one more time. And so skin prep, again, just quickly, our, like, what we've covered here, what we've suggested here is to use the Forever Kit. And so the Forever Kit has that microdermabrasion gel, and it has the carbon mask, with the activation spray. Okay, and actually, the instructions for use here are like written, right on the back. Okay, but basically what you're doing is you're starting with the microdermabrasion gel. You're going to spread it first of all on the face, then you're going to spray the activator, and then you're going to finish kind of massaging it in around the face. And so you'll notice when you first put it on, and it'll be, kind of just the regular sort of glossy, color, a little bit of foaming maybe, but when you spray with the activator and you start to really work it in, it's going to become quite foamy, and white. And so that's how you know it's really working properly. And you'll feel it, you'll feel the silica beads under your fingers, and all that as you're kind of moving around and doing that exfoliation. And then once you've kind of covered the whole face and you've got that action going, then you'll clean it off with a wet gauze and kind of pat dry. You would apply the mask secondly. And so, again, like, I just like to put a little bit on the fingers, spread it on an area, put a little bit more, spread it on the area, and kind of work the way around. And then once you've got it evenly spread on the face, this one you want to leave for 5 minutes. And then after the 5 minutes, spray the activator on it, leave it for like another minute or so so that it starts to kind of dry, or like stiffen up, and then you can kind of peel it off. You should be able to just sort of generally peel it off with your fingers and kind of wipe off whatever's left with some wet gauze, if there's little pieces left or whatever. So again, the instructions for use are there on the back of the box that kind of walk you through that. But that's generally the process. And so it's not, I mean, it's relatively straightforward, and the whole pre-step, this preconditioning step, shouldn't consume more than, like, maybe 8-10 minutes at the most. Okay. After microneedling, after microneedling, with the also wipe off. I'm not sure if I understand your question, but after, again, I think, like, basically, again, with the microneedling, if you put the product, you're going to microneedle there, you're going to put a little more, you're going to let it dry, and then let it sit for the 7 minutes. After it's done, you're going to clean it off, you know, with the wet gauze, right? And then finish with the finishing products. Quite a bit of peeling, more than you expected. What's a realistic peel amount? And if they're peeling, should we continue with the series 7 to 10 days? Again, if they're experiencing quite a bit of peeling, then again, it's likely because of an you know, an indicate, like a contraindication, an interaction with something else, right? So, or from the other side, if somebody never had a peel before in their whole life, and they come to you and they get this, you know, and they get this peel, I mean, like the very first time, that's not, you know, totally out there as a possibility that there might be some, you know, again, some degree of peeling. But I think even that, everything is relative. When you say quite a bit of peeling, I mean, I don't know if that means like VI peel type of peeling, you know, or if that means like flaking, you know, around in different areas. But sorry, maybe Tia, if you want to, can you?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
move where my dog's just going to bark.
Yeah, no problem.
So she actually is on active. She quit them for about 12 days prior to the
Okay.
peel.
Yeah.
She does have dry skin, but her barrier isn't compromised at all. And she's had a ton of peels, but she's having a lot of flaking like around her mouth and kind of in her eyes, like area where I didn't even put like a lot of millimeters down. So she signed up for a series, but I'm kind of hesitant to go back in like on day 9 if she's like peeling this much.
So I wouldn't be necessarily, and again, and I think that it's the actives thing, right? That I think is the issue. And again, it's like actives. That's why I say it's difficult, right? Like, how long was she on them? What kind of a dosage is it? Like, et cetera, et cetera. If you're doing like a 5% for 5 years, you know, every day, like, then it's not going to be a 5-day wait. Like your body has to kind of get rid of that, you know? And so hearing that there's actives involved, I understand right away what the issue is, right? And so now from that perspective though, if she stopped 12 days before she did the first peel and hasn't touched them since,
she hasn't,
then it's been already like 19 days or 20 days or, you know, or whatever, right? So and so I wouldn't shy away from necessarily doing the, you know, the next one on, let's say, the 10th day or the 11th day. Okay, maybe you give it a little bit extra, but I wouldn't shy away from continuing to go through the series, because as you're doing that, you're getting further away from day 0, right? When she stopped using the actives and started, you know, kind of getting ready, let's say, to do this series. So I wouldn't necessarily be particularly concerned about that. How long ago did she have the peel? Like, did she have the process, the procedure?
I did it last Monday.
So on like Monday the 24th or like Monday the 17th?
Like, well, I don't know, whatever this Monday or this Monday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so like 3 days ago, right? Okay.
She's scheduled for next week for the second round, but I was also, if I were going to go through with it, if you said that was okay, we were going to do it with microneedling, but now I'm like, I don't know if we should do it with that modality or not.
Right. So again, and so it's day 3 today, right? And she's flaking today still. Yes.
Yes.
I have a feeling that by day 5 she's not going to be anymore.
Okay.
You know, and by day 7, it would in theory be okay.
Okay.
I would, to your point, wait the 10 days. Okay, so that you know that you've kind of covered that, and then you know, I wouldn't say no to microneedling at that point. I mean, it's you know, it's I'm not the expert. It's not my patient. It's not the skin, but I wouldn't think that it would necessarily be an issue. And I'm certain that come, you know, Saturday, that flaking should be all done.
Okay,
you know?
thank you.
Yeah, but you know what though? Not for anything. Keep me posted on it, and like let me know like Saturday, Sunday where it's at, and if I need to go to, you know, Dr. Agnes, or I need to talk to, you know, the like Andrea or Carlo and see what they say about that and get like their, you know, a more specific opinion about it, I'll do it at that time. But my gut tells me that by the weekend that's going to be all done, and she's going to be ready to come back next week for another. You know?
Okay, I'll keep you posted via email. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, so I just had the calendar open over here. Cleanse with another product before using the microderm cleanser? No, really not. For me, I always start right there. I know some people, they do wipe with the alcohol wipe or something before, but really the microdermabrasion gel and the mask, it does the work, and so I haven't found any need to cleanse with anything else prior to that. I just gone to the, you go to the microdermabrasion gel, you go to the carbon mask, and you're generally going to be pretty good with kind of whatever's on there. You wouldn't want somebody coming in with a face full of makeup, you know what I mean, or something like that. But if they're coming in, generally cleaned up already, you shouldn't need anything else before that. Let me see if I missed something here. Frosting, no, I think I kind of got everything. Does anybody else have any questions that they haven't asked yet that you feel like you want to ask at this point, or? Okay, well, I guess that probably ties it up then. Look, anybody obviously, if any of you have any questions, any follow-up, anything that you want to do, I mean, I've marked down a couple things that I'll follow up with the team on, and I'll come back to you about. Again, Tia, just as you have more information about that, definitely come back to me. That if you didn't order the prep, but you want to try the peel, that's all good. I think you can just, again, just kind of clean the skin up, with the alcohol wipes, to just, cleanse the skin, make sure there's nothing on there, and you can do the bio repeal, and I think, you'll still have good results and everything else. But again, we've kind of put together a system that we like to follow to kind of get the best results and the most predictable results, et cetera. And so, kind of moving forward, the prep kit is definitely a good, a good to have. Not a must to have if you're working with other modalities, but for skin prep, but definitely a good to have, and something that you're probably going to end up using for, sort of 80% of people that you're dealing with, that you're going to use this standard system for. But yeah, anybody else, if you have any other questions that come up, if you need anything, if you want to do another, sort of a training session or go through it, kind of more one-on-one or direct or something like that, don't hesitate to let me know, and I'll try to work around your schedule and coordinate something. I also do these basically once a week. So if there's something that you missed or whatever, or want to, sort of rehash or whatever, you can jump on the next one next week. The other thing is, if you haven't signed up for the Facebook page, definitely do. And on there, I mean, we have we have our medical team and other estheticians doing like webinars, probably once a month, is basically the is generally the cycle. So we have webinars on there where they get much more in depth into like the skin science and really like particular cases, stubborn melasma that just won't go away, or like hyperpigmentation and advanced protocols for how to get at that, and so forth. So what I'm doing here is kind of scratching the surface on the basic use of the product, the standard protocol, the early questions that you might have, before you really get to start to using it. But the more you're going to get to using it, the more circumstances you're going to come across, different patient experiences, et cetera. And so that I think will lend itself to some of these more in-depth webinars and training series that we do. The Facebook page, Jennifer, if I just go and share my screen here for a second. Facebook page is, I gotta move this. Facebook page is here. Okay, oops, let me get this out of here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So Facebook page is here, Bio Repeal CL3 USA. Okay, so it looks like this. And in the welcome email that you received, you should have got an invite for this page. So maybe just double check there. If you need me to send you one, I can, but it's invite only. So there's only, only clients are here in this group. You see that some different posts, different posts of pre and post care tips. She's doing Sarah, a demo. We've got instructional videos. There's different brand. How do you explain to your clients the benefit of doing this peel versus just a peel, versus a series versus one peel at a time? And then people just got all kinds of, answers here about how we, how they present or how they pitch to their clients to, to utilize this product. So lots of Q&A in here. And if you're kind of, you got some time on your hands and you're just sort of, sitting scrolling, most of what you're going to want to ask has probably been asked and answered already. So, it's going to be a good resource to, to kind of scroll through to get some different information. You can pull, before and after pictures off here out of the, out of the library. Anything that's posted here is public, so you can grab before and afters and use those as well. So the Facebook group is really really going to be a good resource for you to use to do that, to get that kind of information, and also to be up to date on the webinars. They do promos there, they do giveaways there, all kinds of stuff. So very good resource. How many times a year can you get the Peel series? What I understand is like 4 is generally speaking going to be the limit, only because of the amount of time that's consumed. So if you're doing 4 treatments and it takes you and it gets you into like a month and a half, and then you take a month off, and then you do another series, and then you take another month off, it's already kind of 6 months, right? And so 4 series in a year is sort of generally what you're going to end up looking at, in terms of timing on it. I don't think there's a hard and fast rule that says you can't do more than that, but again, just because of the nature of how they're going to get broken up and the amount of time it takes to go through a series, you're pretty well not going to do more than 4 in a year. Okay, what else? Whose iPhone is that? Tatiana? They're listed here as iPhone. You're saying you're placing another order today. That's fantastic. But in any case, so I guess I'll know when you call me. Yeah, I think that sort of answers. Oh, it's Daisy. Very good. Okay, well, I'll look forward to your call, Daisy. Yeah. So in any case, so that's that I think again sort of wraps it up for today. And like I say, if anybody has any other questions or you need some additional training or whatever you need, don't hesitate to reach out. I tried to say that, it's like as kind of zealous and and vigorous as I am in trying to pursue new business, I'm that much more vigorous in trying to keep it and trying to make sure that you guys are going to have this product and work with this product and see results with that product and succeed with that product. For me, the kind of long-term outlook is more, is more important than just the kind of short-term, bringing people on and getting business for the company. Our success is ultimately your success is ultimately our success, right? And so, and so from that perspective, like I just want to make sure that whatever you need, you have, and and I'm available anytime to help out. So with that, I guess I'll bid you a good night, and I hope to talk to you soon. I appreciate your coming on tonight. Thank you very much.